Gotta land quick, we got stuff to do. Done. I can't believe how good hey, Instagram, it's me, T from the Pattersons taking changes to got my clove in the mouth. I put it under my tongue. Don't worry about that part. Okay, listen. We got important stuff to do. This is a Grand Rising report. We got important stuff to do. I'm talking to Blue Light Brigade. Are you in the blue light? I started to say in the house. I tried it was going to be black, but I don't know. I don't want to be blue. Are we in the house? Okay, look, we got some stuff. I woke up this morning, but I got, I had the blue candle on. I didn't have the blue candle on. I just put this. Well, this has blue in it. It's a little blue and brown. Don't worry about that part. Look. Yeah, let me put it up here so I can. Hey, can we see that flickering light? Like a Look, Blue Light Brigade. Look, I'm talking straight to you. Don't worry about the other people, okay? This is a Grand Rising report, but they're like the gallery, right? We got stuff to do. First of all, I've been thinking, right? Here's the thing. As you know, Blue Light Brigade, as you know, what we do, we're up in the blue light. Wherever we are on the planet, when it's the blue light, that's when you get up, right? If you listen to me at some other time, it don't matter. You just wait for the next blue light. And the point is, when you get in blue light, you're supposed to do your stretching, you're supposed to do your thinking, all that stuff. Okay. First of all, I was thinking, right, about a uniform. Now, here's my thought. That's in my other thing. Here's my thought. As we know, right now, the Sahel Alliance, whatever they call themselves, right? They got 3 cats, right? They got the guy from Land of Upright People, right? The guy from Land of Upright People, Burkina Faso, right? And he wears a red tam, right? A red, tam. Well, call him a tam, beret. Or y'all call it beret. It's a tam, right? Well, it's a tam if you're artiste, Us artists, we have tams. So that's the painting artist. Don't worry about the book. Then you have the guy that the red tam guy. That's our commander in chief, right? Okay. Then you got the cat that wears the green tam, right? He's got the green tam, okay? Now he's my guy. He's the one with the beard. I follow him. When I say follow him, it's like he's my immediate supervisor before I get to the commander in chief. Then you got the guy with the brown tam, right? He's a tall guy. He's a tall one. He's a general. Well, actually, the guy in the green promoted himself to general, but I was still thinking of him as a colonel. Because the guy with the red is the captain, then we have the colonel, then we have the general. That's the way I keep on thinking of it. I know I'm mired in the past because the guy in the green, he done promoted himself. Or somebody promoted. I got to look into that. I don't know how that happened. One time I look up, he's colonel. Next time he's general. Then when it first came about, I said, "Oh, this is interesting," because I was thinking red, black, green. Because I'm a child of Ogun in North America. Now, Ogun's color in North America is black, like this black, green. Read, see this green, and a little bit of red. That's Ogun's color. So this is my Ogun cap, and Ogun is the warrior. So it makes sense, don't it? Okay. Here's what I was thinking. Okay. Now I know we all know you don't have to be a child of Ogun to have the green, the black, and the red, or the red, black, and green. Red. How do we used to say in the '60s? I don't know. People change it, but here's how I learned it. Right? The red, black, and green. Right? The red for the blood, the black for the race, and the green for the vegetation of the land, like that. Somehow somebody threw gold. I think the Jamaicans came and threw gold in there. I don't know who did what. Okay. So I'm thinking, for a Blue Light Brigade, we got the black tam. You get it? See, because okay, if we get the red, the green, and the brown, it's like think of it as Africa. The diaspora, we're in the diaspora, you know, outside of the Africa, but we still African, so we want to have our own distinct thing. So we'd be the black tam, and specifically Blue Light Brigade. Anybody, don't worry, everybody in the diaspora they can get their black tams, right? But you know, the Blue Light Brigade, we rock with the black, the green, the other side, a little bit of red. That means that we can switch up. You know what I mean? We can, you know, one side get to like that, and we're distinctive. That's the way we roll here. You know, we don't be thinking like everybody else. Let me give you a point, a case in point. Let me give you what I'm talking about. Right now, everybody. The Donald, you know, Dumpman. The Donald got everybody in a tizzy, right? Because they keep on reacting to him. Let me give you one solid thing, right? So he had nothing to do with it because, well, I guess he was American. Anyway, the whole Gaza thing and his solution, right, is to get rid of the Palestinians and let the Israelis who were the settler colonizers, the occupiers that came, you know, Gertrude Bell back there, you know, with Lawrence of Arabia and Winston Churchill, they made up this whole thing, and with the tribal thing, and they took away the land, they make the land, and then later on they say, oh, you know, they gave it to some other people. But with that other, the original Zionists, anyway, look up the history, right? They came to the land after, you know, right? Because they were supposed to either go to, like, I think Argentina or Uganda or some other places they had, I don't know, some other place they had in mind, right? When they had, after World War II, right? I'm going to say, well, wait a second. The cat that started all that stuff, where was he from? You know, the cat that was ovening people and gassing people and stuff like that. Well, that boy wasn't he like German and, it's not Bavaria, what's the other one? Austria? Wasn't he like half Austrian, half German, half white, half Jewish or something like that? Didn't he have all that stuff in there, right? Well, I say, you don't take the Gaza away from, or you don't send the Palestinians to, but they want to send them to Jordan or Israel or someplace in Africa. You don't send them there. You send them to Austria. Austria is where you all should be at. Austria, and you carve out a little bit of German, because that's what caused the problem. That's your answer for the thing. That's the way we think. We're not supposed to be saying, oh, the Donald came up with this solution, but let us debate this solution. No. The Blue Light Brigade, we come up with our own solution. We ignore whatever the colonizers be talking about, especially a settler colonizer, especially an immigrant colonizer. That's what we do. The Blue Light Brigade, come on. My peoples. Are you going to continue to wash or to bathe in the backwash of the colonizer, of the so-called rich people? You're so enamored with money, with fiat, with trinkets, right? That whatever they say, put a trinket, like hypnotism, they put a trinket in front of you and say, hey, look at this, and isn't this a good idea? And then you running around, yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Because you ain't got your own ideas? You can't read history the way you're supposed to read history? Okay, let me leave that alone. I want to do something else. Okay. Okay, you got it? Because we're the diasporic, we're the diasporic peoples, because Africa's coming together, unity in Africa, and you know, so us people, we gotta have our TAM. Our TAM should be black, and it should be black, right? But remember that Hawkins ass. Because remember, Black Panthers, we have black TAMs. It makes sense. Come on now, let's go. We can join in the fray. And Blue Light Brigade will be special because we'll know we have the green. Sometimes you can see something, or we have if you can't see something, sometimes we have the black side, you know, and we have the red star because it's not that we're stars. It's just that we Blue Light Brigade. We got a brigade. Okay, here we go. So here's the other thing that happened. Let me go to the book. I have it marked here. See, I got the little thing. I got it marked, right? Now, yesterday, oh, I got the wrong page. That's the page when I was talking about what the Donald was doing, right? Here it is. Okay, it's gonna be a little while. Just relax. You know, it's Grand Rising report. Waiting for the hey, it's gonna be pretty soon. The sun's gonna come pretty soon. Okay, here we go. The Grand Rising report, by the way, starts somewhere after the dawning. The dawn is about a half hour before the sunrise. Dawning comes, and then 20 minutes between the dawning and almost sunrise is the blue light, and then I call it the blue light, and then 10 minutes before. Don't worry about it. But okay. So Tariq had put this thing up for his thing because the thing was going to answer. It says the question is, should. Oh, by the way, when we write this stuff, I've always put like the Spanish thing. I always put upside down question mark in the beginning and thing. I go and the question marks at the end. So you know it's a style. It's a style. Plus I do brackets a lot. I use a lot of different. Anyway, it says, should FBA is foundational Black Americans, right? Say, well, what about ADOS? What about Freedmen? What that? Yes. I'm telling you, this is what he said. I'm just right. I personally think the organization that really is doing stuff that's supposed to be done as far as the thing is the American descendants of slavery, the institutional. I call them the North American descendants of chattel slavery, but also the freedmen. They're up there too because freedmen has standing already in the Constitution. See, so anyway, that's happening. Foundational Black Americans. That's just a good name. You know, you can remember FBA. Everybody says it now. It's on everybody's lips, so we use that same. Anyway, that's his thing. Here we go. Him and the B1 people. B1 Brigade. Hey, the Blue Light Brigade meets the B1 Brigade. Okay. Should FBA's ally with an African nation to get reparations? That's the question. You always throw these provocative questions out there because it's trying to get, it's not baiting people. It's like, okay, it's a thoughtful question. And I answered. See, the answer is my answer. Well, I wrote in the comments. This is before I went on air. They put the notice ahead of time and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. So I said, my Tariq response, Saturday, 15 March, the Ides of March. Here we go. Hey, look at that. Hey, sunrise. Everybody take a deep breath through your nose. You have just welcomed the sunrise, which is what you should be doing. Here we go. The very last thing African nations need is for all our dysfunctionals to flood their unity momentum with the likes of us or U.S. Let me put my glasses on because I can't read my own writing as usual. Let me read that first sentence again. Remember the question was, should the FBA ally with the African nation, with an African nation to get reparations? I guess you got to choose one. And I say the very last thing Africa nations, see, but I put it like that so you can read it. African nation, and don't worry about it. Need is for all our dysfunctionals. We're talking about black people in the anyway. We have a lot to be dysfunctional about because we went through all the whole the chattel slavery, onto prison, the chain gangs and the Jim Crow and the lynchings and the whatever, unfair treatment, segregation, redlining, school to prison pipeline. It just keeps on going. We're like the Congo. Every time something comes along and we get dumped on some more, right? We can't get a break. And we're the ones that do all the fighting. And all these benefits that come along, everybody else just swoop up the benefits after we done did the fighting and it's supposed to be, no. I got to start all over again. The very last thing African nations need is for all our dysfunctionals, that's in quotes, to flood their unity momentum with the likes of us. Okay, so the nations have they're in the unity momentum. We're talking about the Sahel people like that, and other African nations are joining the Sahel where you are. So they're all joining. They're going to basically replace the African Union. I mean, already the ECOWAS, they're stick a fork in them. They're done. Okay. Let them continue their unity drive. Spear, like the spear, the tip of the spear, right? And sphere meaning like a bigger momentum, right? Headed by the current Sahel alliance, the mass of other nations are joining in their coming to Horus moment. Okay, come on, man. Come on now. That's good, right? Look, in other words, the African nations, right? And before in Africa, and before everybody was saying the other guy, it was Horus. It was from Egypt, that whole thing. So I'm saying when these African nations are coming together, they're coming to their Horus moment. Okay. As it is happening, us diaspora Negroes, Africans. Because remember, we was captain when we was captain. The first thing they called us was Negroes. They said Africans or Negroes. That was the first thing. Okay. Will, here we go, quote, see the light. See the light. Yeah. That's a black American thing too. Okay. Meanwhile, the African Union et al., can issue us our continent-wide free visas. Now, what they can do, instead of us joining them and say, hey, look, African, whoever's going to be in Sahel states, whoever's going to be in charge, say, look, basically Americans, American Africans, anybody in diaspora, wherever you're in the diaspora, we have a continent-wide free visa for you. Or any place on the continent, it's a free visa. You're going to register or app you or whatever you're going to do, and you can go any place. You don't have to pay no fee to go across any border because you're part of us. You're the diaspora. You're a whole other section, and you're going to bring your expertise anywhere. You're going to bring your moolah, your money and stuff like that. So you're going to prop us up. You're going to prop us up on all sides, And when I say the diaspora, remember you got black people. You got black people in the Oceania kind of people. You got black people from down under. You might consider, You got black people in Asia and in Europe and in South and Central America and North America up to Canada, whatever have you. So I'm talking about all those people. That's the diaspora, right? You're African. Can issue our continent-wide free visa. When all this is accomplished, I think this. When all this is accomplished, Tayori fast in a Mali hurry, like fast in a hurry, like Tayori fast and in a Mali hurry. Okay, it doesn't sound right, but in my head it sounds right. We can lend our multi-pronged strategy to, in the concept put forth by ancestor Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. End racism. Okay? Now when we come, our thing is to end racism. People can say they're going to end colonialism, well, we're going to end racism because that's the core of it, right? Right, racism, white supremacy. Now let me stop there for just a second. I'm in India right now. You do realize that the caste system is white supremacy. It's white supremacy before white supremacy came on the India. Because what happened, basically, the England or whoever, the guys that saw all the problems, that when they came to India, they said, hey, they got this caste system. It sounds pretty good. You got people in charge, and they're really they're light skinned. They have less melanin than the people with the most melanin. We'll make them the untouchables, or they call them the untouchables. I guess politically, it gotta be the dollops like that. You know what I mean, like that. Okay. Like I just wrote a poem about that. Maybe I should share that with you. I don't know. I'll take a long time. To white supremacy and replace that age-old system with a system of justice, and ultimately, to paraphrase Mangaliso Robert Sobukwe, a concept driven by African humanity. Oh, so I'm saying that you're going to end racism and replace it with a system of justice as advocated by Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. And ultimately, you're going to replace it when you do that. Ultimately, it's going to lead to what Maglisa Sobukwe, a South African hero, one of my inspirations, right, says, which is a concept driven by humanity, African humanity. He says that to be on the African continent, Maglisa Sobukwe says this, you got to be humane. So if you're not humane, off the continent. And then also, we say, if you're a white supremacist, or if you're not into justice, which is the guarantee that no one is mistreated, and that anybody who is mistreated gets the most constructive health possible to get out of that mistreatment. So those are it's easy, two things, right? Justice and humanity. What can be easy? You can remember two things. That half German, half not Bavarian, half whatever. He advocated that said when you give a speech, only deal with give them two things to think about. The crowd, two things to think about, and they'll remember the stuff. So I'm giving you two things to think about, right? That's it. Then I entered it. Then I said, I like this part too. I said, enough said. That's a reference to Nina Simone, her album Enough Said. You want to apostrophe N-U-F-F, then said, S-A-I-D. Enough said. It's a black saying. It's a diasporic saying. Okay. Ultimate liberation is nigh. I put that 9 there because that's that old English talk. Ultimate liberation is nigh, right? Then and with the little Portuguese thing, and what I do, I put the like I did with the Spanish thing, I put the exclamation point upside down, right? So when you know you're gonna have it's gonna be like forceful, right? I look to continue on. See, that's the forcefulness with that, right? And then I had this other thing that I have. This one's from Maurice Bishop from Grenada, right? Forward ever, backward never. But I start the forward. I put a red heart for forward ever, and that sentence ends with a green heart. Then it goes to backward never, and that ends with a brown heart. See, because that's the three back to where we started with the. Well, that's not where we started. We're back to the Sahel people that's putting everything in. So that's what I ended with, and that's what we did. I don't have time to do the poem that I did with for the dollars. Like what Johnny say, I'll do it there. So if you might hear the poem, you might not. Okay, so everybody got it. Everybody got your own. We got our uniform. We got our purpose. One more thing. And if we need a symbol, but you have to make your own individual symbol. Remember, the Blue Light Brigade. We're what we are, right? Nobody can identify us. We go by logic, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., and we go by purpose, right? And we guided by humanity. You see what I'm saying? But you have to have your own symbol. You got to make up your own symbol. It should be in your lineage. So my symbol, for instance, is a West African symbol. This symbol right here, and it translates to wisdom knot. Because I'm a wise man. I'm a wise old man. So wisdom knot is my personal symbol, right? No, you don't bite off my symbol. Get your own symbol in your own lineage, because you might be a Moray or a Papua New Guinean guy, or you might be you might be someone that's in your lineage. There's a symbol that goes really far back that you can identify with. That'll be your symbol. Okay. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. See you.